June 29th, Transformers Dark of the Moon. It does a pretty good job of losing some of the juvenile humor that ruined the second movie. It doesn't quite live up to the first movie, but the casting of Leonard Nimoy as Sentinel Prime is excellent, and there's a good twist, you know, about the middle to end of the second act that really sets up the third act to be pretty good. It seems that in some cases they sacrificed plot for action sequences, but they did that in the other two movies too. That's kind of the way Bruckheimer does things. So, what are you gonna do? July 8th, I went to see with some friends to see Horrible Bosses. It's a decent comedy. The boss characters that are, you know, the horrible bosses of the movie are actually more entertaining and than the primary characters who we actually follow through the whole story. You know, Kevin Spacey's pretty vindictive dude. Colin Farrell plays a kind of whacked out drug guy, and Jennifer Aniston, she has a kind of a strange tan thing going on. I'm not sure if it was like a spray tan or if it was intentional or whatnot. She looks really dark for what her natural skin tone was. Awkward looking, but for somehow even with that, still the most attractive I've ever seen her in any movie or whatnot. So I'm not sure why. Definitely this one's a watch, maybe once, you know, because after that you're not, you know, you've got all the jokes already. But you know, it's a renter maybe. Watch it with some friends, because other people laughing is going to make you laugh more. So, July 15th, Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows Part 2. Another one I didn't see when it came out. I saw it again on Vudu, 1080. Saw it on the day it came out on video on Vudu. It's the final film in the franchise. A lot of it, though, felt like it was a bit rushed, so hopefully they're going to come out with like some kind of extended edition where they add more story back into it. Maybe there's no story left to add, because I know that they split the Deathly Hallows into 2 movies where it probably could have just been one. But definitely it was a good movie, but it wasn't like the satisfying Lord of the Rings style ending that I was hoping for after having watched the other movies. It's definitely a renter. I will probably buy it, but it's going to be a while. I'm going to wait. You know, I know they got them all on the big box set, but I'm probably going to wait a little bit, let the prices come down before I buy it. Or any of the Harry Potter movies, for that matter. July 22nd, Captain America, the First Avenger. Coincidental that I happen to be wearing the Captain America shirt, I promise. I was originally worried about this one because of the casting of Chris Evans, because, well, he had previously been, you know, in the Fantastic Four movie as Johnny Storm. So, you know, I was kind of thinking he looked a little young for the role of Steve Rogers, but after I saw his performance and the way the visual effects transformed him into the skinny Steve Rogers, that really made up for it. Hugo Weaving did a good job as the Red Skull. You know, they even made the skull pretty bright red, and it still didn't seem too campy. You know, I mean, there was still some campiness, but intentional campiness to it. I think my biggest complaint about it is that they were trying too hard to link it to the other Marvel films. They didn't let it be enough on its own. I know they're coming out with the Avengers next year, and I want to see that, but I kind of wish they had left that a little more kind of as a teaser or stinger at the end, than building the plot in the middle of these bookends about how it's going to be joined in. I did think some of the tech the Red Skull had come up with was a bit too futuristic for a World War II setting. You know, that's okay, because all the other characters, and especially on the American soldiers that Captain America fought with alongside, you know, they definitely made it more grounded in the era than the Red Skull's folks did. Alright, July 29th, Cowboys and Aliens. The concept sounds silly, and yeah, it kind of is. But that's kind of why this movie was fun. Harrison Ford did a good performance. Guy that played the new Bond, whose name is Daniel Craig, did a good job in the primary, the male role, the lead male role. It works pretty good as a Western that just happens to have sci-fi elements going on in the background. It's a renter for most people. I bought it just because I enjoyed it enough, but I can get past the campiness. But yeah, definitely a renter, unless you're like some people I know that just don't give anything a try, even if it's, good because of sci-fi. Let's leave that part out. Nah, we'll leave it in. They won't watch it. August 5th, Rise of the Planet of the Apes. I like this one. It's it's got a good story, good acting by Andy Serkis and John Lithgow. John Lithgow plays the main character's father, who has mental diseases, and he's not really himself. He's got some dementia and whatnot, and that kind of is part of the whole plot as to how the apes become intelligent and whatnot. I'm not going to tell you too much. I've already told you too much as it is. But the visual effects were great. The story was good. Even some of the ape characters were really entertaining. My favorite was the big orangutan. I don't know why exactly. He seemed like the more entertaining character of all the supporting apes, we'll call them. It looks like they might be trying to spark off a new series of Planet of the Apes movies, with this one as kind of the lead-in. We'll see how it goes, because I would definitely, if they follow this path they're taking, I'll follow it. I'll go along with them. Unless the next one's really bad, then I'll stop. Let's see. The last movie to come out this year that I watched was Conan the Barbarian. The new story does a pretty good job of separating it from the old Schwarzenegger films. Jason Momoa, who was previously, many people out there will know him from Stargate Atlantis as the character Ronan. He does a good job as Conan, especially fitting Conan into the new story. Ron Perlman shows up as Conan's father, does a great job there. You're not going to take Conan too seriously. It's Conan. I mean, you don't want to. It's not going to be heady stuff. It's a barbarian action movie set in some kind of weird past fictional setting. It's definitely it's a fun watch, as long as you're not trying to read too much into it. But that's it. Yeah, that's all the movies that I actually got to see so far in 2011. There are a few that I have yet to see, but I'll bring that up in another video, maybe here in the next week or two. If there's anything you think I missed, or anything you disagree with me or agree with me about, let me know, either in a video response or comments. I'm generally interested. I want to hear kind of what you have to say. I'll try to respond as soon as I can. I don't always log into YouTube, the website, but I will always be reading them, because I get the emails as soon as you post it, and I read them, and I always log in via the tablet app on my Samsung tab, so I'm always paying attention. Alright, we'll see you next video. Bye. Okay guys, looks like we finally got it in our packages from ThinkGeek.com. What'd you get? I have got me Slanket here. No, not the Snuggie. This be a Slanket. Oh really? What's the difference? It's a blanket with sleeves. No, it's short for sleeved blanket. It's a slanket. You look like some kind of a cult member. No, right? What are you laughing at, windbag? Aye, well, it's better than old Gasbag's t-shirt of the Buzzsaw. Oh, Army of Darkness shirt. Cool. Let's see, lost in time, surrounded by evil, low on gas. Very nice, very nice. Fine, if this not be good enough for you, what did you get? Genuine titanium spork. Not a foon.